All right, everybody, welcome back for another episode of Virtual Warfare, a text-based roleplay fighting tutorial series. And today's video, we're going to be learning how to build an original character for fighting. Not necessarily an original character for roleplay in general, but original character for the aspect of fighting. So there are different ways of fighting, so of course there's going to be different ways to make an original character, or OC, that's what people call it, an OC, so there's going to be different ways to build an OC. So Virtual Warfare is attempted to make that process fast, easy, and fun, to try to make it smooth and try to make it easy so everybody can enjoy it and understand it, to know what's being said or what's being told, so we all can roleplay happily. First, we're going to look at a basic overview of how to structure an original character, how to create it in a way where it's understandable, it's readable, and it's easy to read. This is pretty much for the beginners, for those who don't have an idea of how to structure their I'm gonna call it a bio, I guess, to structure their bio. This is for them. Those who already know how to, you can watch the video to learn different things, but this video is mainly for those who are just learning and how to do that. There are also some things that may be for the advanced people, like I said, so you can stay tuned for that. So Virtual Warfare is attempted to give 5 easy steps you can take to ensure that you have a successful original character setup. So you can, it will be accepted practically anywhere. You can have the setup of your OC, and when you go to different roleplay sites, whatever, it practically be acceptable to anywhere you go. This is a way where you just have it, so you can roleplay anywhere. Okay, so without further ado, let's get right into this. Number 1 is the background, and the background is good to introduce your character before the important stuff is documented, like the detail for fighting. Here the character's name, species type, and the surroundings that he's around, whatever, would be a good way to set up before diving into action. So this is a perfect way to introduce your character, get the scenery, and then get ready to engage in battle before everything goes down. Number 2, the appearance. Appearance is detailing what your character looks like. Here you can explain anything you want about how your character looks. It could be about the eyes, it could be about the hair, it could be about toenails, if you want to. And the more detail it is, the more your role play will come to life. Not taking one thing and detailing it with a whole paragraph. You want to give a whole paragraph about how beautiful your toenails look. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about to take, to detail everything that you can to build a bigger picture. Anything that the opponent can see or anything that is visible on the character is best to be detailed, so people can have a full understanding of what's happening, or a full view of what the role players and the fight can see. So that's pretty much what the appearance is about. Presenting a way to show who you are in a physical way. And this is not a way to try to fit in and have the best detail, but to build the best picture so everyone can have a better view of what's going on. Number 3 is detailing your abilities, giving your abilities. As simple as it is, detailing your abilities is something many don't forget. However, it's not about what you have, but what you can give. So if you have all these powers and all these strong energies, if you don't know how to express it, or if you don't know how to explain it, it's pretty much useless. You really can't do nothing with it, because you have all these mega powers, but you can't give it out. You can't offer it in a way so people can know exactly what you have and exactly what you're doing with the powers that you have. You know, it would be useless because you can't do those things. And if you only have powers the way you can only understand, it's only good for you. You know, only you can understand it. No one else can understand it because you don't know how to detail them in a way where, you know, everyone can enjoy them. Just only you to try to use your powers to, you know, hurt, because that's what a lot of people do nowadays. They use their gifts and their abilities to try to hurt people and try to, you know, just bring RP down and stuff like that. And, you know, that's something that, you know, I don't really stand for. Number 4 is weapons. You know, exactly what it is. You know, detailing weapons. Just like everything else, this must be detailed in a way where it builds a bigger picture also. You know, you don't want to just say I have a sword and, you know, that's all you say. You want to say that you have a sword, and you want to also give the description of your sword, its length. You know, you can give its image, you know, its colors, whatever you want to do. You know, there's also armor. You know, if you want to have armor, you know, the same way of detailing your sword, the same way of detailing your appearance, is the same way you detail your arm. I'm sorry, not appearance, abilities. You know, the same way you detail the abilities, it's the same way you should detail your armor. You know, what your armor does, what type of material it is, you know, what it can stand against and stuff like that. So this is very important because you don't want to get into a roleplay fight and, you know, someone attacks you with a certain power, and out of nowhere you just say that your armor protects you against this type of element or whatever. You know, it's going to be a big argument over, you know, if you God mode it or if you alter it or not, because you never stated the exact preference of what your armor can do. You know, so a lot of people will go against you, and you know, I don't really want that. You know, because it just brings a bad name for RP, a roleplay fighting. People think roleplay fighting is all about just winning and all about arguing your point, and hopefully that, you know, these exercises that people can apply want to help ensure that, you know, role-playing fighting is not about winning. Role-playing fighting is more so just building a better and a more vivid picture of what your character is doing and stuff like that. Number 5 is the readiness. You know, this is my favorite part because you get to explain, you get to state what you're going to do with your powers or what you're going to do with the things you just stated. You know, this is where you get to state your intentions and plans, you know, and get ready to attack. You know, this is one of my favorite parts. Not necessarily the attack itself, but planning for the attack and getting ready for attack, for the attack to be released, if you want to say. You know, there's a lot of things you can do with this scenario, you know, and, you know, since most of what I have to say are really secrets, you know, I don't want to say too much and just, you know, spoil everything that, you know, I have to offer. So I'm just going to talk about a little bit about getting ready, you know, in a fight, you know, because one thing you can do, you can use your bio to complement your readiness, and your readiness can complement your result. You know, for example, say I'm a character and I'm just angry all the time. You know, I'm always angry and I'm ready to hurt people. You know, and I would say that my readiness is ready to use my anger to lash out on somebody and hurt them. And when it comes down to the result, I can say that, you know, from me being so angry and you know, wanting to hurt someone all my life, you know, the results is more gruesome than anyone who just wanted to do it just because, you know. So since I was enraged and had this quality for practically my whole life, as my bio would say, and I was preparing to unleash this type of nature, you know, before the fight, when it is finally released and the result is so, you know, I can say that, you know, the magnitude of me living in this way caused the result to be, you know, greater result than anyone who was just do it just because. You know, I don't know what else to say, but, you know, it would be, my damage would be greater than one who is not angry and who is not planning to do this, because I'm already premeditated to do it, you know. So this makes it a big thing, you know. It's just, you know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk so much about it, but, you know, this is something like a little secret that I wanted to explain. But let's just get back into the lesson we was getting to. Okay, number 6 is not really part of the steps that you have to take to ensure a smooth building of a original character, but, you know, it is possible that you may have to attack someone, or that you may be attacked when you present this type of work for a roleplay fight. You know, this is something you might go through. You know, you can attack however you want. You know, you can attack, you know, using autos and, you know, God modes, or you can attack using the virtual warfare method, or you can attack in another way that you're used to attacking. It doesn't matter how you attack, as long as it's understandable, and as long as you're trying to explain your role play efforts in a way where it becomes a vivid picture and not just something that only you can understand, because like I said before, if only you can understand it, it's only good for you, and it's not about trying to have the best wording and the best sentence structure. But as long as it's understandable, it's okay. It doesn't matter how well you can spell, how well you can structure sentences. As long as people get the point, and as long as they're trying to build a bigger picture, it should be acceptable. And role play fighters should be like this everywhere, But people have this power. People have this problem where power is something that they want to hold to. So they build certain rules for only they can accomplish, and other people who are lower or weaker or just not good at role play can't accomplish those tasks. So you'll always be the winner. You'll always be on top, and you'll always feel like you're accomplishing something because you only set the standards for only you can accomplish. And this is something that role play is not about. It's not about stuff like that. It's about doing what's good. It's about peace and joy while role play. Even role play fighting. Not running around thinking you're the best and hurting people while doing it. We don't need that in a role play community. And I just encourage people to not fight in this way, and that's it. So the thing is, people think getting injured and losing a battle makes you weak or less of a fighter, but it actually completes you as a fighter in the whole. If you can role play a fight, attacks and stuff like that, and you can also role play getting injured and getting hit, you complete role play. You're not all about just fighting and winning and stuff like that. You can also role play a loss and also role play a death. That is what completes a role play fighter, in general, because in all, weakness is a real thing. Getting hit a few times is a real thing. Losing once or twice is also a real thing. And the one who would know how to role play a good injury or a death scene will have a complete character. Not one who always wins and never gets injured. The people who always win and try to never get injured, that's just one side. But the one who can take a hit and still show that they could put up a good fight is really the one to be honored. It's really the one to be respected as a roleplay fighter. Not the one who can always win and have the best powers, but the one who can still get injured and still take a loss and still magnify the art of roleplay. That is a perfect fighter. There is no courage, if you're always going to win. You'll just be called a bully. This is why professional boxers and MMA fighters are registered not to fight anyone, because if they fight someone, their hands are registered as deadly weapons. And if you just run around thinking that they're going to beat everybody up, the world would be a terrible place, and they would get arrested if they do that. And this is something that should be, it'd be cool if we can have that as a law. Like, the people who have the strong powers, if they exercise their powers in an unauthorized way, they should be punished for it. But this is something that role play would never have. It's only something that the law has, because there's a government. There's no government in role play fighting or whatever. It's just people who have loud mouths and attentions to use drama as a way to become violent or whatever. There's no government, so you can't really exercise a law and uphold it to say, well, you did this, so you deserve that. You can't do that. So the best way to go is to emphasize on a part where there's freedom in role play. You can use your creativity and still be structured in a role play fighting. And this is something that that we need in the role play world. And I think I'm just going to end my video right here, because I done talked for about 20 minutes, almost 20 minutes, and the rest, it's just a long video. So I'm just going to pause it right here and make a part 2 of this video. I'm sorry about making all these videos and not making the videos faster or not making the videos shorter or whatever. I apologize for all the inconveniences that these videos may have, but I'm trying my best. I'm trying to get all the information out, trying to make it cool, trying to make it awesome, so people can see these videos and be like, yo, look, I can role play too, and I can go out and help someone else role play and just make role play a better place than what it is right now. Some places, there's some areas of role play where people are helping each other and want to grow in role play, but there's also areas where people just want to gather up a team and just go out and raid rooms and just crash the whole party. There's people like that. So I'm hoping to to encourage people to stand on this hope that role play doesn't have to be, you know, all running around killing you because I'm the best, you know, but we can use our skills and our gifts to help other role players grow, so those role players can help other role players grow. You know, I'm just hoping, you know, that's something that we all can understand and we all can follow and just, you know, continue role play with that type of mindset, you know. So yeah, that's it, you know. So I guess I'll see everybody soon. I'm ready for the next video on how to use your original character to engage in a roleplay fight. You know, that will be the next video. So get ready for that. You know, stay tuned and thanks for watching. Deuces.
Enough, loudmouth. On and on like a broken record.
Oh no! What's your problem? He was no threat to you anymore. He couldn't even defend himself. There's no honor in that.
It was the only way I could shut him up. He insists on babbling about that ridiculous legend. There's no such thing as a Super Saiyan.
Kakarot, listen. Don't be so soft. There's no stinking honor in any of this. It's just a game. Play to win. There are no rules. You're going to have to get over your soft-heartedness. Do it. Forget about your feelings. You have to. They'll get you killed. They'll get you killed, Kakarot.
I can't change who I am. Not on the battlefield. My feelings are my guide. Besides, everybody deserves a chance to change their ways, just like you had.
Fool, you don't know what you're dealing with.